Oh, we about to play the Suns tonight, bro. I swear, if we lose to the fucking Suns after they just lost to Australia, All right, welcome to another episode of the Winners Work podcast. We got the original four this week. We're going to do our standings prediction, starting with the Eastern Conference. This should be very interesting to see where you guys have some of these teams ranked. Again, the bottom teams not as important with the seeding, but we're going to get to it in terms of the top teams in the East, and then we're going to do our playoff predictions, at least for the East side. So that should be interesting. We'll start out with number 15. Mason, what is your 15 seed in the East?
Actually, real quick before we get started, I wanted to say that we hit 250 subscribers today, and we had 7,500 views in the last 28 days. And for our goals and what we expect, that's like nothing compared to where we think we're going to be. But I just want to take a second to say thank you and point out the
big facts,
because one day we can look back and watch this and reminisce.
Yes,
you know.
Sir.
All right. So anyway, my number 15 is the Pacers. I think that they will end up trading Miles Turner and Buddy Hield before the season starts, and they will be full force ahead for the Wemby tank.
Carter?
Yeah, I agree. Indiana is definitely the most likely to be tanking. I have them at 15.
John, I assume you got the Pacers too, or?
Yeah.
I got the Pacers at 15 too. Same things that Mason was saying. Not much else.
So no Tyrese truthers up here?
I mean, I think he's going to ball out. I think he's
Tyrese is a good player, but
he'll average like 20 and 10 or some shit because he's got no one else to handle the ball.
Yeah. I would like to see Tyrese be more aggressive as a scorer this season because he's already a fantastic playmaker, but sometimes he gets shy.
And that backcourt with Halliburton and Westbrook is going to be insane.
You wish, buddy. You wish.
Disgusting.
All right. 14, Mason.
At 14, I actually have the Hornets, which I feel like is lower than a lot of people have them, but their second best player is probably not going to be on the court this season. And I just feel like they didn't really improve anywhere like a lot of the other Eastern Conference teams did. I don't know.
What you mean they signed Jello?
Yeah, my bad.
No cap.
Jello's only highlight is an airballed three.
You will replace Miles Bridges. I mean, that's
starting small forward. LeVar at the 4.
All right, Carter, what about you?
I thought I was gonna be the only one, but I also have Charlotte at 14.
Oh wow.
They're I think they're fit. Their sixth best player might be like Cody Martin, and then it's just up for grabs at that point. They have LaMelo, Rozier, Hayward, PJ Washington, Plumlee as like the starters, and then you have Oubre, Cody Martin, and then it's just shitters. So I think it's more likely that a couple teams above them, a couple teams above them start to tank. Charlotte's probably not going to tank, so they probably won't end up at the 14 seed. But I think they're the worst roster than everyone above them that I have.
Imagine like the 8th man on the Hornets turning on this podcast and seeing this skinny little white kid call him a shitter.
Yo, what happened to the Hornets, the nigga they drafted last year in the first round?
Book Knight? I don't know how to say his name.
Is he in the
He's about to get more opportunities. Hopefully,
he might propel to their 6th man. I mean, their roster's that bad.
They have Borrego back as coach.
They fired him.
He got fired.
No, yeah.
Steve Clifford.
Okay.
They about to be playing defense. 140 allowed.
Clifford might actually give him some minutes. Book Knight. But John, who you got at 14?
He's gonna have to.
I got the Magic. I got the Magic at 14.
Yeah, I know a lot of people or not a lot, but I'll say some people are higher on the Magic because they have made some moves. Obviously, they got the number 1 pick, Paolo. I don't think they're going to be that good this year. I think it's another development year, and it's going to be good for them to be bad.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I got the Magic at 14 as well. 13, Mason.
I have the Wizards actually, which is definitely a lot lower than people have them. But I'm not a big fan of their roster at all. I don't think Beal's obviously he's a good player, but I don't think he's gonna carry them to any amazing heights. And I feel like they actually will kind of partake slightly in the tank. They'll just start it too late.
Okay. Carter, what about you?
I got Orlando. I think they have a lot of depth, like a lot of young guys that can just become not playoff ready, but you're comfortable if you were to be in that spot, having them in your 8-man rotation.
Yeah.
There's probably 12 guys with the upside of that on their team. So I assume some of them are going to end up being good.
They got a lot of guards too.
Yeah.
Bro, they have a lot of
their guard
centers,
rotation
bro.
is nice.
Centers?
Bro.
Yeah.
Their whole rotation is nice.
They have 4 7-foot big men.
Bamba, Bull, Wendell,
Carter. Who else? Are we he missing someone?
Paolo? Well, I mean, he's not 7 foot, but he's like 6'10".
Nah, but I think did they go to Robin Lopez?
Yeah, he's on
the
Robin
bench.
Lopez
Yeah.
made it 3. Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get the point.
All right,
Yeah,
John,
but-
who you got at 13?
I had the Pistons.
Pistons. Wow, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have Charlotte. I think they're going to be pretty bad, but LaMelo's going to put up some numbers, and it'll be fun to watch, I guess. But
Yeah, LaMelo will have a good season.
All right, number 12, Mason.
My number 12 is the New York Knicks. I think that their roster is disgusting.
Wow.
I'm not a big Thibs fan, which he does coach winning basketball, but I think his reluctance to play the younger guys over the older guys will hurt them. And I think that their lack of spacing among their big three is just absolutely nasty. And I think they will not play very well this season.
Wow. Okay, Carter, what about you at 12?
I have Detroit, similar, like right next to Orlando, similar thing. They just added Bohan, so I think they're going to be trying a little harder to win, or maybe they're less likely to tank than Orlando. So I gave them this slight edge.
John, who's your 12?
At 12, I had the Hornets. I think y'all would kind of. I think LaMelo is going to take a leap. I kind of want to buy a little LaMelo stock. I feel like people are a little low on LaMelo, especially stat nerds right now. So
I'm very high on LaMelo.
I'm high on
I just
LaMelo.
think everybody
It's not
else
the rest
is
of
bad.
the team.
I think he's going to elevate his game. This is his third year. I think he's going to take that third-year jump. Him and Ant are going to both take that third-year jump this season. They're still not going to be a playoff team, obviously, but I think he's going to be better. I think him alone, I think Hayward is due for a bounce-back year. He cannot keep getting injured, bro. 4 years in a row, bro, it can't be possible. I think he's
You
going to
sure?
be healthy this year. Bro, I don't know, bro. He could, bro.
Yeah. We hope
I do think
he's
that
healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do think they'll just be better than the teams below them.
I respect that. 12 for me is Detroit. I think they're going to be really good, but it's just the East is so tough. Like I could see anywhere from like this 9, 10 to like 12 range being like interchangeable for the most part. I like Cade. I think he's going to have another jump. They got some good pieces, some good veteran role players. But at the end of the day, they're going to realize probably that they're not good enough to make the playoffs. So they'll probably end up trying to lose some games near the end. 11, Mason.
My 11 is actually the Magic. You guys were a little bit lower on them than I were. I am. I still think they won't make the playoffs, but I love their young guys. I'm really high on Franz and Paolo, and I expect Jalen Suggs to actually play better this season. And I think that they just have a bunch of young athletic guys, and Wendell is very underrated as well. Young athletic guys that are just going to piece together some wins, and they'll actually they won't be a team that gets rolled over every night.
Yeah. Carter, what about you?
I have Washington. They have a lot of solid players led by Beal, and then maybe Kristaps is good at basketball still. Kuzma's nice. Rui could be nice. They got Monte Morris at point guard. I don't even think they had like a real point guard last year. I don't really remember.
It was
Yeah,
Beal.
so-
It was Beal.
Yeah, it was
That's why he
basically
was
Beal.
averaging like 6 assists.
Yeah. They
so
had
I think-
Dinwiddie at the start of the year, didn't they? Was that last year?
Oh,
I think so.
Was it Nito? Did
Yeah,
they
the
have Nito last year?
Dinwiddie Bertans for
Yeah,
They did have Dinwiddie.
for Kristaps.
But
Yeah.
Dinwiddie was fucking awful in Washington.
In Washington.
He was.
Hated this man.
All right, John, what about you for 11?
I had the Knicks.
The Knicks.
I like what they did. I do like what they did with Jalen Brunson. Like, I like the acquisition. I think RJ, like I said on a previous pod, RJ needed a point guard. I liked what I saw in the preseason game. I did watch the preseason game yesterday. I liked what I saw. Brunson was really commanding the starting unit. So, I like their roster better than Mason said, and I think they'll still be playing good defense. So I got them at 11.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I would trash on the Knicks, but it's not the year to me. I actually think they're going to be decent this year. At 11, I had the
RJ Lee
Wizards.
too.
Yeah, I had the Wizards at 11. Bradley Beal is coming back for a full season. He got his big-time bag. He's going to be happy. Kuzma, I didn't have the highest hopes for him. I'm not going to lie. When he got traded to Washington, I was like, he could put up some better stats, but, how good is he really going to be? And I feel like he improved tremendously this past season. And granted, he got to show more because he wasn't on the Lakers, but I just feel like several aspects of his game actually significantly improved. So that was cool to see. So yeah, I got them at 11. We enter in the play-in territory. All right, at 10, Mason, who you got?
Here's where it might get a little nasty among the pod. It'll actually matter where we have guys ranked, and this is definitely a bolder opinion, but I have the Pistons at 10. I expect Cade to take a massive leap. I think he'll launch himself into the LaMelo Ball, Darius Garland conversation. I think Jaden Ivey will show from day one that he's him and be a really good two guard next to him. And I like some of their other surrounding pieces, and I just think that if you go like boring and everybody kind of has the same, like you have to pick a couple bold takes in your list.
Oh, we get there. We get there.
So I got the Pistons. I think they'll make the play-in. I don't think which we'll get to this later, but I don't think they'll win a play-in game. But I do think that they'll make the play-in.
Respectable.
I don't hate it.
Carter at 10. What you got?
I got the Knicks. I think their roster's pretty solid, like you said, Buckets. I think Julius Randle should be somewhere in between his All-NBA season and the whatever he did last year.
Somewhere. That's a wide range.
Anywhere better than last year is a plus. RJ should take a little bit of a leap. Brunson should help him out. He was a good ad. I think they get to the 10 spot.
John, what about you?
I tend to have the Wizards, man. I like the Wizards roster too. Or I like the Wizards roster a lot. I don't think anyone said they like the Wizards roster. I like Kristaps. I like Rui. I like Beal. I like Will Barton. I like Monte Morris. The only thing I don't like, and I like Kuzma. He was hitting game winners last season. The only thing I don't like is their defense, obviously. So I don't think they're not a playoff team because I don't think they can defend at a good level. But I think offensively they'll be in every game. And I think Beal is going to put on the show this season because he took off basically half of last season. I think he's going to be rejuvenated and energized and probably going to go for another scoring title.
And one thing we didn't say about Washington, they drafted Johnny Davis, who I know all of the people in the Sweepia chat that follow like draft scouting really high on Johnny Davis.
He's cool, yeah.
So he could be nice.
I'm not as high on him as they are probably, but he's a nice piece for a rookie.
Oh, that's college, man.
At 10, I got the Knicks, and I really like the Jalen Brunson pickup. I know a lot of people weren't as high on that. I think he's going to be a really steady point guard for them. Obviously, you don't have Luka, so he's not going to be nearly as productive as he was last year from that standpoint, or maybe efficient would be the better word to use. But his stats are going to be really good. You got Julius Randle in there. They paid RJ Barrett for some reason. They think he's going to take another leap, so
he is.
Do you disagree?
No. I'm just saying, like, they clearly didn't pay him based off of what
they saw something, is what you're saying. They saw something.
He's got to progress. He's got to take a jump, and I think he can.
They know ball. That's what happened.
No, I'm just saying, but based off of what he's done so far.
Yeah, Knicks ownership sure has a pedigree of knowing ball.
I mean, last season showed that he's definitely worth that money, in my opinion.
But I mean, he's got based off potential, though, right? Like if he plays out his whole contract and he's doing what
I don't know how to answer that question because every young player gets paid that, and it's like I don't know. I guess it's based off potential, but like they're not even that great.
I guess what I mean is like Zion, bro. Like if Zion was doing what he did when we saw him healthy that 1 year for the rest of his contract, he's worth the money. Type of like.
Oh yeah, of course.
So yeah, that's what I mean. But yeah,
but
the Knicks are 10. I'm not trying to slander him. I'm trying to
Zion is another tier. Zion's another tier.
They're a 10 seed.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. Okay. 9. Mason.
My 9 also might be a bold take. I don't know. You guys might agree with this, but I actually have the Chicago Bulls. I like Levine. I like DeRozan. I like their young guards. Not a fan of Vucevic at all. Pretty much they have no interior defense in the slightest. And Lonzo very well could miss the entire season again, which hurts a lot. Yeah. Which I'm really sad about. Big Lonzo guy. Would love to see him play, and I think he's really good. But I don't know. Their lack of post defense and interior defense, I feel like is going to hurt them bad.
Yeah. Carter, what about you at 9?
Yeah, I have Chicago for the same reasons. Potentially not having Lonzo for most of, if not all the year, takes away all like the defensive upside that they might have. So it's just going to be Levine and DeMar and maybe Vooch playing offense, and then they get outscored.
Yeah.
There's 8 better teams.
Yeah. John, what about you?
I have Chicago at 9 too, bro. I think the Lonzo injury is really bad. Before then, I actually had them making the playoffs, but now that I know Lonzo's not going to be playing into the season, I have them out the playoffs. I don't think without Lonzo that they're deep enough. I'm not seeing the Patrick Williams hype that Chicago fans were telling me about. I like Levine and I do like DeRozan, but I'm not sure if that's enough. And Vucevic has to have a severe bounce back season for them if they really want to make a playoff push.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Too
we're
many
all in
guards.
agreement. I mean, Raptors fans, man, I really thought about it when Lonzo Ball was healthy and whole. You guys were on the outside.
Oh
looking
yeah.
Okay.
Fuck him. I
because
was
of
ready to put him. I
Lonzo.
was ready to pack the Raptors up. I was ready to put the Raptors at 9 because I know Raptors fans will get mad as shit. But I mean, I can't put them there now. That
Right? Yeah, exactly. The same thing for me, and it's because Lonzo just means so much to that team. Like he fills so many like roles for them, and without him, they're going to be kind of screwed, to be honest. So. Yeah, I got them at 9. Now we get into the top 8, the playoff squads. Number 8, Mason. Who you got?
At number 8, I definitely feel like this is a hot take. I have the Miami Heat. They didn't add anybody. They didn't make a single offseason move. I think Jimmy Butler is only getting older. I'm not buying into the Bam is developing a 3 storyline. Honestly, I'm not buying into it. I would like if playoff season rolls around and the Heat are the 4th seed, I won't be surprised. Like I won't be surprised I'm completely wrong. Yeah. But I'm basically saying that every other team in the East improved or was younger more than the Heat, and I'm not a huge fan this year.
That's not a terrible. I'm not gonna lie. That's not a
nah.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Y'all are nasty.
I have them a few spots higher, but all these teams are going to be real close.
I'm just saying. I see where Mason's coming from. The Heat did not.
Bro, do you know what team we're talking about, man? They're not finishing the AC.
It's Heat culture. That's why.
You know the coach. You know what we're talking about. We know what we're talking about. Jimmy Butler, Eric Spoelstra. You know what we're talking about, man.
Jimmy Butler just doesn't even really care that much about the regular season either. Like
he cares enough not to be the damn fucking AC. The only time he was the AC was when
he's playing 80 games. Then
we'll see. At
power forward.
They'll pick up a couple random rotation pieces off the street. You know how it is.
Obviously, this means close to nothing. But in their preseason game last night, the random role players that they're expecting to like actually play a solid role this year looked horrible. Like absolutely awful. It was a tough watch. Yurtsevin was bad. Hero actually
he's a starter. He's a starter, low key for them.
He played bad. He had a bad game.
How? He almost dropped a double-double.
Did you watch though?
Yeah,
he was horrible on defense. He got moved around everywhere. He had some silly turnovers. Kyle Lowry didn't look good either.
I think he only had
Kyle Lowry is cooked though. Kyle Lowry.
But Kyle Lowry is also their 4th best player?
Lowry.
No, I agree. Yeah. I'm with you.
Lowry was Lowry,
bro.
That man had 1 basket last night, man. Stop it.
Lowry was cooked, and they need him to basically
Kyle
be their 4th player.
Man,
and
it was a layup too. It was a wide open transition layup, bro.
Didn't Pat Riley have like a weight loss journey for Lowry? He said he needed to clock in at a certain weight.
Oh no,
he did it. Smaller to me.
Yeah,
he 20 or something.
I think he lost a little weight.
Okay, I thought I saw him come out with a quote like I don't give a blue.
I feel like he did something like that.
He said about the thick memes about
that's
thick. He was like, yeah, I don't care about that no more. It used to get to me.
Is that offensive? Is that offensive, bro? I mean, all right, we gonna save that topic.
I wouldn't say, I don't think it's offensive.
Yeah, I mean, if you a little thick, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know.
Be proud of it, Lowry.
Be proud is crazy. Y'all all right, bro. All right, bro. Can we get on to the next team?
All right, Carter, man. We got an 8, bro.
I got Toronto at 8. I think they could be a lot higher, but all these teams are just so good. And I feel like the other teams just have a lot more upside. Toronto's probably got a low floor with how good they usually are in the regular season, but I got them 8.
Yeah, you don't have to pay into the Raptors fan, man. They're 8th, bro. That's it.
I like the Raptors. I don't fuck with their fans. I like the Raptors though.
So do you two also have Raptors at 8?
Got Raptors at 8.
I have Raptors at 8 too. Yeah.
Yo, chill.
I actually have the Raptors at 7.
Hold up. I think their squad's actually. One of y'all gotta like Raptors fans, bro. We all can't hate Raptors fans. They gonna blackball the podcast, bro. So one of y'all gotta pick them, bro.
It's not gonna be me.
I think I don't know.
From Canada.
Says who? Says who? Says who? Who has to pick them?
Bro, they can blacklist the fucking podcast in Canada if that's what it takes. Fuck these Raptors fans, bro.
All right. But yeah, no, I think their team is cool. Their defense is going to be good as it usually is. I do like Nick Nurse a lot as a coach, but just their roster to me It just doesn't really compare to the teams above them. Mason
That
at
is
7.
it.
Who you got?
Okay, so at 7, I have the Raptors. Their defense is going to be ridiculous always. Nick Nurse is incredible on the defensive end, and he has no problem playing his starting 5 all like top 20 in minutes for the season. So
Yeah.
all those guys are going to play, and they're all going to play their ass off playing hard on defense. They're going to be super good on defense. I think they'll struggle on offense again this year like they did last year. I know like statistically they were ranked super low on offense, and I think they'll stay around the same, because a lot of their offense turns into pray we get a steal or a stop on defense and run the floor with all of our tall guys. And if it's not that, it's Fred VanVleet chucking threes. So I think they'll still be not great on offense, but they'll be good enough defensively and willing to play their stars so much that they will still be a top 8 seed block.
Carter, who you got at 7?
7, I got Atlanta. I think 2 years ago they had the Eastern Conference Finals run, and this roster has to be better than that roster, having DeJounte Murray. There's just so many good teams now, so not sure if they can replicate that.
Yeah. I blame your Cleveland Cavaliers for that, because before Donovan Mitchell came, bro, the Hawks are about to be in business. But hey, we'll talk about it in a second. John, who you got at 7?
At 7, I got the Hawks.
Yeah.
You guys all have the Hawks at 7.
I have the Hawks as, bro. I wanted, you know me.
Do you guys seriously think the Heat are going to be better than the Hawks this season?
The thing, okay.
Or win more regular season games?
Here's the thing about that. Here's the thing about that. If you look at the Heat, the Heat squad, bro, and you look at the Hawks squad, the Hawks definitely have the more talented team. But my thing is the regular season, the way Spoelstra, all the
why do they have
generic
the more talented
stuff.
team? Why do they have?
Because they have better.
Is the team even more talented?
They got better players. They got better players.
Are we sure, bro? They have the better best player, but that's about it.
They have the better best player, and then once you get to like 4 and 5,
Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, those 3 players, I would take that trio over Miami's trio easily, bro.
So their trio being Trey, DeJounte, and John Collins?
And who? John
Is he not?
So you just said you would take them over Miami.
John Collins.
He said he'd take he listed the Heat players and then said he'd take them over Miami. He meant Atlanta.
Tyler Hero, John Collins.
What?
Hero.
Wait, no way.
Hero.
I'm just saying what you like. I'm just saying what you like.
Tyler Hero is significantly better than John Collins. Let's be
No,
real.
I don't disagree, but I'm just saying
okay, thank you. I was on the side, bro.
I'm just saying if you put the trio together, it's not like we talking about some scrub. I mean, I don't really like John Collins, to be completely honest.
Bro, if John Collins is in any big 3, you're fucking losing. I don't get it. Like, bro, no, stop. John Collins is not him. He's a trade merchant. I watch enough games. He's a trade merchant. He's not doing work on his own.
I have to give, this is one of the rare times I'm gonna say this. Yeah, John, you're right, bro. Yeah.
Like, bro, come on, man.
You're right.
Tyler Hero is better, and if it sucks as a Celtics fan saying this, but all Miami needed to win that series, as it is, even like including the Celtics injuries, about missing a game. All they needed was Tyler Hero too for another game. They just needed a couple more bench possessions from anybody that could create off the dribble. And even though Hero was a little trash, he was pretty trash in a couple games, but he still gave in the game 3 that they won. He still gave them a couple momentum buckets, a couple momentum assists. So those are the type of plays you need to win playoff games.
Yeah, Jimmy just needed some help, to be honest. But yeah, I got the Hawks at 7. Now, that being said, I do think they can make some noise in the postseason. I do. I'm not saying they're going to go on some crazy run, but they are capable. I mean, just like Carter said, they're literally a better team than they were when they made the conference finals. So it's possible. But yeah, the East is so tough.
East is better too.
Yeah, the East is tough. Yeah, that's 6. Who you got, Mason?
At 6, I have the Hawks. I agree 100% that John Collins is a Trae Young merchant, and he doesn't play any defense, but Trae Young is that good that he's going to make John Collins look good.
He's on the team.
So I think that Trae and DeJounte obviously are an unbelievable backcourt, and then I think that DeAndre Hunter is going to take a step as a defender and overall player. I don't think it's going to be anything ridiculous, but I think he'll contribute to winning a lot. Yeah. And then Bogdanovich is really – oh, wait, actually, he's still on the team, right? Bogdanovich?
Yeah, they got Bogdanovich.
Yeah, I like him off the bench to bring in some scoring, just some ISO scoring. So I think they'll be good. East is just incredible. That's really it.
They need Capella too to have a little bit of a
A
resurgence.
bounce back
He
here.
definitely
Yeah, they
took
need
a step
Capella
back.
to be a really nice rim protector and rebounder for sure.
Yeah, because Trey, they got the offense on lock. They got to have some defense.
Mm-hmm.
Carter,
I mean,
yeah,
I like. I want to before. I like. I like what Mason said about DeAndre Hunter. He was looking good in the playoffs.
He was
I think if
elimination
he can
game.
he can take a step, and they can potentially have a good defensive lineup if John Collins starts trying again like he did in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference Finals when they had.
Yeah,
They can have a good defense starting lineup. Trey will be the only bad defense.
Yeah, maybe
if
that's
they
the new
try.
narrative. Maybe DeAndre Hunter will be the third
yeah,
option.
that would be great. That would be great.
I'm fine with that. I thought you about to say Collins again.
I was hoping it was gonna be Cam Reddish, but I guess he not really like that for real. I guess I don't know. Maybe
I don't
he's
know what the
gotten
Reddish
shot.
deal is.
He hasn't gotten a shot yet. Carter, what about you?
I have Brooklyn at 6. I have them represented a lot better in my power rankings, but I'm just kind of projecting for any internal issues that happen. I got them 6.
It's a
Yeah.
safe bet to have.
Just in
All
case.
right, John, what about you at 6?
I had the 6. I have Heat. I have the Heat at 6.
I thought he was going to say the Sixers.
No. I have the Heat at 6. Basically, everything I already said. I think they're gonna be a good team. I think Tyler Hero and Bam are gonna take a little leap this year. I think people are sleeping on the Heat a little bit, thinking that just because they lost PJ Tucker that they're gonna be trash. But I obviously don't. I think the rest of the East is just better than them. That's it.
Yeah, I got the Heat at 6 too, and we're all noting that the Heat took a significant step back, or they just didn't take a step
They
forward.
just didn't
Like
they just
everybody
didn't
else.
take a-
East.
yeah, they just didn't get better. Like that's
Yeah.
it is what it is.
All right, we enter the top 5, man. This is where it gets good. Mason at number 5, who you got?
At number 5, I have a team who doesn't have their head coach right now, who has an injury problem in their starting center. And you will see later when we talk about the playoffs that I think this team is better than the 5th seed. But because of not having a coach, which remember last year when Ime first came out, they
Right.
struggled at the beginning of last season. So I think they'll kind of repeat that with whoever their interim coach is. And we know that Rob's going to miss a solid amount of time because his knee has just been through the blender so he could play last season. So because of that, I have them. And I hate to project, but if Malcolm Brogdon plays more than 50 games, I'll be surprised. So that's included too.
This is disgusting.
I have the Celtics at 5.
That's some great points right there.
I have the Celtics at 5. Listen, you'll see
God.
later when we talk about the playoffs. I do think that they are better than the 5th seed, but because of circumstance, I don't think they'll win as many regular season games.
That's some great points, right? I mean, he really laid it out. Like the numbers on the house, man. He laid it out. I like that. Carter, who you got at 5?
I got Miami at 5. We've kind of already talked about that.
Oh, okay. John at 5, who you got?
And if you want to respond to
I don't
Mason,
even know how we could just
He's going to move the Cavs down.
You're the only one.
I don't
Sox
see
fan.
the problem. I literally don't see the problem.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
John,
He gave
just
his
wait.
reasons.
Just let the process fill itself out.
I
You'll
got
understand
the
once we get to the playoffs.
I got the Nets at 5, bro. I watched their preseason game, and that's exactly why they're at 5. They can't be high. And bro, Ben Simmons. I already watched the film with Ben Simmons. It's not. I thought it was gonna be better than it was. It's already not what it's going to be. They're gonna have to get the ball out of Ben Simmons' hands because when he can't shoot or when he's not looking to attack the rim or when he's not looking to be aggressive and when he's taking fadeaway jump shots and he airballs, like mid-range fadeaway jump shots, I don't know who the fuck he thought he was. Did y'all see that clip? Please,
Yes.
if we reel this, please show the clip. Oh my God, it was horrible. The Simmons cannot have the ball in his hands more than Kyrie and Kevin Durant. If that happens, the Nets are going home in the first round again. So Kyrie's gonna have to take a leap as a playmaker, and Kevin Durant's gonna have to be able to handle a double team this postseason. But Ben Simmons is not their answer on offense. Defensively, he did make them a little better. He was getting stops and stuff, but I don't know why the fuck he didn't guard Maxey. I don't know why Steve Nash didn't put him on Maxey. So if they're just gonna
a little bit.
But still, Maxey was already cooking. If they're already gonna do these things, if the Nets are already gonna do these things, like in a real game, in a real playoff series, which I think they will, then they're fucked, bro.
So do you still have him over Evan Mobley?
Who? Ben Simmons?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough because last night was really revealing. I really thought Simmons did anything in the lab, but it literally looked like the Hawks series, but like
It just looked like
bro.
Ben Simmons. That's what it looked
Bro,
like.
yes.
You had him
bro.
over Mobley too, Buckets.
I mean, I still do. To be fair,
Okay.
we'll see how the season
But
goes. I
if
still
Mobley
do for
takes a
now.
leap, man, I might have to change my opinion, bro. Like,
I mean,
bro.
Mobley's young. he can ascend, But I'm saying right now, yeah.
Kyrie,
yeah.
you have to save the Nets.
No cap.
Definitely.
I got the Nets at 5 as well. A lot of the same things that John said, but it did not change based on the preseason. I knew they were going to look like that.
Bro,
it's going to be up for KD and Kyrie to really stay healthy and really do what they do. Ben Simmons is going to be Ben Simmons. I do think that just because you have Ben Simmons on the team, I think people thought this was going to be some majorly improved defense. No, bro. Most of the roster can't defend. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like let's be honest, he's not going to
match.
match.
O'Neal look good. I don't know what. I don't
and
know
the head
why
coach is awful.
He's cool. Yeah, they're coaching. Yeah, it's not going to happen for the Nets in the regular season. I think 5 is honestly pretty generous, if anything. But they have a lot of talent. They should be a competitive playoff team. Top 4. Mason, we got
at number 4. I have the Nets, and I would have no problem putting them at 5 under the Celtics. But I flat out think they're going to get luckier this regular season, just because, like, I honestly like that matters in the regular season.
They are due for some positive
health and everything. I think they're due for a little bit of better luck. So, KD and Kyrie, we know they're him. Ben Simmons isn't going to do anything on offense. He might. I don't know. He might get a couple nice passes here and there, but that's about the extent of that. They're coached by an absolute dumbass, and I just don't think.
Let's relax, okay?
I mean, the coaching is awful. I don't know if you guys watch that, but it pains me to watch what they do. It pains me to watch Nets basketball. It's brutal. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I think that they're just kind of due for some luck, and I don't know. Kyrie and KD are good.
I mean, if worst comes to worst, Kyrie said they have several coaches among the players, to take over at the time.
Kyrie said that?
Remember a while ago. It was like years ago.
Yeah. I
and then if worst comes to worst, they got Ime Udoka, potentially.
Oh, man.
Could you imagine if they signed Ime Udoka? Sean would be in shambles.
Hey, now I mean, just strictly talking about coaching though. Oh man, that'd be nice actually.
Just on the court.
That would be
but
nice.
Yeah, but Carter at 4. Who you got?
I have Cleveland. I might have. I'm thinking about when I make my final list, maybe moving Boston below him off of what Mason said. He made a lot of good points. But Cleveland could be as high as a 1 seed.
Y'all
honestly.
let this man trick you, bro.
Respect me.
You didn't respond to it. You followed
trick.
him up
I
by
mean,
saying
I'm
Brooklyn sucks because of
I'm
the
a cook when it's
preseason
time.
game.
I'm a
all right.
Time. It's
He's
all
gonna
good.
cook when it's
Mason literally had all my same talking points. I was gonna list those.
Mason had a lot of good talking points.
I'll talk about the Celtics when it's time.
Please do. Yeah, it's about time, by the way. But go ahead.
But Cleveland was like middle of the East last year before injuries. So you get a full year if they stay healthy. Full year of Jared Allen plus add Donovan Mitchell. The only player they lost from last year for Mitchell was 9 games of Sexton and then Lauri Markkanen. So it should be significantly improved from last year. And the biggest problem when they were healthy was Darius was the only one doing anything on offense. And now you add Donovan Mitchell. This is going to be phenomenal.
Absolutely. John, who's your 4?
Cavs. I think last year they were really good, like Carter just said. But injuries, a lot of injuries. I like Donovan Mitchell and Garland's fit. Like I said, Garland is a real point guard, unlike fake-ass Mike Conley. And I think also, I think LeVert is going to be good off the bench. I think his role, because Cleveland's depth is kind of limited, his role is going to be enhanced. Like, he's going to have to be a scorer. He's going to have to facilitate. He's going to have the ball in his hand. So I think he's going to have a decent season. And I think Mobley's going to get better. I think Allen might get a little better. He's still young. He was All-Star last season. So they have a really good team. I had him at 4.
My number 4 is the Boston Celtics. And Mason said a lot of the things I would say about the Boston Celtics. There's just a lot surrounding this organization right now, whether it be with the Rob Williams injury, whether it be coaching situation. Celtics fans, whether you want to admit it or not, we don't know how good your coach is going to be. We really don't. And you can say he's running the same stuff, the same system, whatever. There's still a factor in coaching that's not just what the play sheet is. So, and Udoka was really good.
Udoka was a great coach
for the Celtics.
That hurts a lot.
So it's going to be interesting to see. The Brogdon thing was valid as well. I do think Tatum is going to have a fantastic season, and we'll see. But yeah, I got them at 4 for sure. We'll move into the top 3 now. Mason, who's your number 3?
At number 3, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers, which if y'all thought I brought up some good points about the Celtics, wait for this. So Jared Allen missed a huge chunk of last year. Everybody knows that. But what people don't talk about is on top of that, Mobley missed 20 games. Darius Garland missed a lot of games. I think he missed like 14 or 15, which he very well could miss that again this year just from rest and everything. But when they were completely healthy, they were 1.5 games back from the Bulls for the 1 seed, which obviously we saw where the Bulls finished. We saw where the Cavs finished. So maybe that didn't mean anything. But to me, you add Donovan Mitchell to that and basically lose nothing. I don't see how they don't play at about the same level with considering the East has improved as a whole as well. And I expect Mobley to take a massive jump, which that's not just Cavs crack. That I have the same thing for Cade and Jalen Green. I think that all those guys will take a massive jump. And I think he'll really propel to show that he has like 100% guarantee to be an all-star one day. And the depth is a little concerning, but once we get Rubio back, if the rest of the team is healthy, that leaves for Karis LeVert to pretty much play strictly as a scorer off the bench, which is what he's best at. When he has to make the ball is when he starts to I don't know what the word for it would be, but like he plays nervous. He turns the ball over. He makes stupid plays, stupid decisions. So I think that once we have that depth there, and on top of that, we have Darius and Donovan to handle all the other playmaking, I think that Karis will be nice off the bench. I'm a little concerned for our wing spacing because Isaac Okoro is not a good shooter. Maybe he took a step. I hope so. But I'm a little concerned for his spacing. But I think that in the regular season, the Cavs will be very, very good if we get lucky enough to stay healthy.
Great. Again, great points. Carter, who you got? 3.
I got Boston at 3, and I'm already have John has
gotta
been
respect
disappointed.
me. I've changed the whole pod.
Has been disappointed by these Celtics rankings so far, but valid points have been made. They do have a really nice.
Oh, he's cooking. He's cooking.
10-man regular season rotation, really nice playoff rotation. But if you're without Rob for a period, you might be without Brogdon for a period. It's just East is so good, you got to be able to keep up.
Why are we already projecting a Brogdon injury? Should I already project a Jared Allen injury for the Cavs and move y'all down
because that's not even remotely the same thing. Brogdon hasn't played more than like 46 games.
Yeah, Brogdon, come on, bro. It's like Lonzo.
Brogdon's
like Lonzo, bro. You can't stay healthy.
Why do y'all act like Brogdon didn't play a good season the season before last season?
He did play a good season, but
Milwaukee.
He hasn't played 60 games since Milwaukee.
36, 56, 54, 64, 48, 75.
Exactly. So I think a fair number for him is around 50.
Add that both of those seasons they played 50 games.
Yeah, it's shorted, but still.
So he missed like 12 to 10 games in both those seasons.
Which, last season? Not last season.
No, in the shortened seasons. Last season.
Okay. All right. John, you got it, bro. You rock out at 3. Who you got? It better be Boston right here. Like, let's be honest.
Rock out.
Oh, you asking for me?
Yeah, at 3. Yeah.
Oh, at 3. I got Bucks. I don't see.
Nah, you're nasty. Oh,
how am I nasty?
God, bro.
I don't see that. I don't see like the regular season revenge tour that people have in store for Milwaukee. I don't think that they have that in the bag. I think in the playoffs they might go crazy again, but I don't think in the regular season they have anything to prove. Like, they've already won a championship. They have nothing to prove to the regular season. They have nothing to go crazy for. And Middleton, and what did Middleton and I think Middleton is injured to start the season, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought he was good, but maybe not.
I think he's injured to start the season. He's either injured to start the season or he's not. He's missing some period of time. So I think they're gonna chillax. I think they're gonna cruise to the playoffs, and I think they're gonna be a 3 seed.
Okay, all right. For me at 3, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think they're and the youth too is a big factor for Cleveland. You know, when you're talking about teams resting players and whatnot, the Cavs, their motor is going to be ridiculous. Like, I feel like a lot of their main guys are going to be out there, barring injuries, on a consistent basis. Their defense is going to be excellent. And then, like Carter was saying, with the guard play for playmaking, scoring, and whatnot, their offense is going to be really good. Bickerstaff has already shown what he can do as a coach. I trust him a heck of a lot more than Joe, Jeff. I don't know what the dude's name in Boston is. I see what Bickerstaff's done. So I got the Cavs.
Get carried by Garland.
Joe
I'm not gonna lie.
Mazzulla.
All these
Bickerstaff
players,
is
like,
a
all these
good.
coaches do.
He's a good scheming head coach, but his rotations they raise some question marks for me every now and then.
Yeah, I mean your wing
Triple
play
big.
too. I mean, is Jetty even going to play this year? Or?
Yeah,
hope
Jetty's
not.
in right now, and he played in the
Right
first
this
half
season.
as well. But
Okay.
earlier we were running a lineup that was Donovan Mitchell, Jetty Osman, Robin Lopez, Dean Wade, and Jared Allen. So like
I mean, that's got to be a preseason lineup. Please.
that's
Hopefully
preseason,
not.
but at the same time we ran
It
three
was
big
last
all
regular
last
season,
year.
so
So I don't know.
lots
But
of Laurie, Mobley.
But
Allen.
I assume he'll go slightly more traditional now, even though it's kind of hard to go traditional when you're starting 2 7-footers.
Yeah.
But I think he'll be slightly more traditional this year. I hope
And
so.
I really do like the Cavs' depth, actually. I mean, Kevin Love had a really good season. Maybe he has some aggression, but he'll still be really good. I think they have enough depth to last the regular season. All right, top two now. Do we want to do both 2 and 1, or we still want to? You know
I
what?
say we say both 2 and 1.
Yeah, let's do 2 and 1.
All right. So at 2, I have the Bucks, and at 1, I have the 76ers. I like the 76ers depth a lot. I think PJ Tucker, like you can't handcraft a better player to put next to James Harden and Joel Embiid. I think Joel Embiid finally gets that MVP this season and has an incredible year again. I think Tyrese Maxey takes the next step. He's looked incredible against the Cavs in this preseason game I'm watching right now, and I think he'll look incredible in this season. And then for the Bucks, I mean, they're the Bucks. They have Giannis. They have lots of veterans. I think I'd have no reason to believe they won't be a top 2 seed. Is pretty much what it is.
Mason is spitting this evening. Man. Oh my God, man!
Respect me.
This is wow. Okay, all right, Carter, man, what you got there?
I have Philly at 2, Milwaukee at 1. Philly, I just like re-looked at Philly's depth because I have like the 13 deep rotation here, and it's at 12. I have like Paul Reed and Daniel House, so they're a pretty deep team, and that matters in the regular season because you got a lot of guys missing games usually.
Matisse Thybulle just threw a 3 off the side of the backboard, so that's
that's gonna happen quite a bit. But yeah, and then Milwaukee. I don't love their depth as much. I think once you get to the 9-10, you got Wesley Matthews and Serge Ibaka and George Hill, who are all just washed as shit. Marjon Beauchamp might be good. I think he's the only guy on their team that's like younger than 26 or something. But yeah, it's Milwaukee. They got Giannis.
Shout out old man Jeff Ingles. Yes, sir.
And Joe Ingles.
Yeah. John, what about you? You already know it's about to be some Celtics.
Yeah, it's going to be nasty.
Yeah. We'll give you the whole floor, man. You can cook.
Cook, John.
At 2, I got Philly, and at 1, I got the Boston Celtics, the number 1 seed in the 2022-2023 Eastern Conference. Easily. They were the best team in the NBA. They were the best team in the NBA post New Year's last year. Easily.
Yeah, once the coaching situation got
metric.
figured out.
By every metric. They added Malcolm Brogdon, and they needed bench scoring. They needed a scorer to take the pressure off of Tatum and Brown. And what did they do? Go get one.
Blake Griffin.
Malcolm Brogdon was a 50, 40, 90 player the last time he played with help.
With help?
Yes.
Okay.
Is Indiana help?
No, okay.
Help?
I'm just saying. All
It's
right.
just kind of funny. You say
that
it
was
like
quite a bit of
Brogdon's
years
gonna play.
ago, but I mean, I feel you.
Joe is going to run the exact same system we just ran to dominate the entire league
Easy.
since January 1st, 2022. That was a long time ago. The Celtics have the most wins since that time frame still right now. They have the
It didn't
same
change.
roster. When Robert Williams was out since New Year's, the Celtics were still on pace. On pace to get the number 1 seed. So what are we talking about here?
No.
We were winning playoff games without Robert Williams. What are we talking about?
No.
We were about to sweep the fucking Nets without Rob. We were about to beat the Bucks without Rob. What are we talking about? He was on one leg the whole playoffs.
Where's Daniel Tice? Where's Daniel Tice at, bro?
Nigga, I'm about to be out the league. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. Who paid that nigga? We're about to be the 1 seed. Sam Hauser, he's loading.
Sam
Payton
Hauser.
Pritchard.
Who's
he was
playing?
In the lab.
Luke Cornett. Blake
Luke
Griffin.
Cornett's getting.
JD Davidson.
All right, bro. All right, bro.
Who's
Bro,
getting the
Cornett was
non-Horford
literally-
center minutes? Is
Bro,
it
I'm not
Luke
talking.
Cornett?
I'm not gassing Cornett. Y'all got it,
Cornett
bro.
was in your starting lineup before he got injured. That's what they were saying.
He was
They
just
said he was
testing
gonna
lineups.
start.
No, our lineup. This is what our lineup is going to be at. If y'all want to know now, Marcus Smart, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford. I don't agree. Derek White should be starting. I think it should be Brogdon, but
Where's Grant Williams? Yeah.
Look at
on
this
the
phenomenal
fucking bench
coaching.
where he should
Look at
be.
this
What the
phenomenal
He's
fuck?
the backup center. That's for giving those minutes to Luke
Y'all
Cornett.
haven't seen Kang. Y'all haven't seen Kang Ballet yet. That's what y'all haven't seen.
Who?
I'm
Are
terrified.
we
Belly,
done? Are we done
Kevin
with this?
Jelly, the Clippers guy?
Are you done cooking? They don't even
Nah,
have
Nah,
they had
nah.
Captain
Because
Belly. That
I
would've been
also
good.
want to.
They don't have him.
No, because I want to touch. I want to touch back on some of Mason's points too. Because y'all let him get away with saying a little bit of blasphemy. Like, I just don't get it. The Celtics. You think the Celtics? All the Celtics' success is just wrapped up into Ime Udoka?
He's
No,
a big part of it. He's a big. Come on, bro.
Can
No,
I
but-
step in and run the same schemes?
He's a
and
big part
win
of it,
60
but that's
games?
fine. But he
If it was
wasn't-
as
he
simple as
wasn't
just-
playing on the fucking court.
Okay,
He wasn't
okay.
dropping
No.
50.
No,
he
no,
wasn't
no, but
scoring
listen,
46 in
listen.
the elimination
that's why
games
they're
to win
still a
if
top
it's
five
as simple,
seed.
hey, listen. This is what I say to you. If it's as simple as just running the same scheme, that's all it is. That's all you're saying it is. Why do so
Yes.
many of the Popovich tree not pan out?
Nigga, they go to a different fucking team. He has the same team. That was
But
a
you should
horrible
still be able to
comparison.
run the
Well, but-
system
No,
and
no,
build the team up.
with different players. That's not fucking
No,
basketball.
but listen,
work.
but listen,
He's
but
running
listen,
the
but
same
listen.
scheme with the
No.
same players.
Yeah,
Luke
but
fucking
there's
Walton. Luke won.
No, I knew you were about to bring. I knew you were about to bring up Luke
because he
Walton.
didn't have to do
I knew
fucking
you were about
shit
to bring up Luke
but
Walton.
wipe his ass
No,
and
no,
watch
no,
Steph
no,
Curry hit fucking
no,
threes.
no, stop.
Stop this fucking bullshit,
Luke
bro.
Walton,
Y'all actually
bro.
got me tight.
John,
Stop.
you could have coached Golden State with KD and Curry, bro.
And I can coach
Stop.
the Celtics.
No,
I can
no,
coach
no.
the Celtics this year. I can
Listen,
coach the
bro.
Celtics this year.
Listen, bro. That's all fun and
I will
games.
get us to the conference finals minimum.
That's all fun and games when you talk about scheming and stuff. But when it comes down the stretch of games and you got to run late game plays, you got to figure out who you're going to give the ball to. We saw the Celtics' problems, or they love to run ISO ball down the stretch. Tatum and
So
Brown.
is that going to
your
change?
turn, my
So
turn.
okay. So that was already our problem. So it's probably it's going to be the same thing with
No,
Joe, right?
no, but
So Udoka, what was Udoka changing if that's going to be our same problem?
You would disagree that it didn't shift during the season.
What's your,
You guys
I'm not understanding
executed-
your point. I'm not
You guys
understanding your point.
executed better down the stretch of games once you guys started to turn up near the second half of the season.
Yes, but you guys leave
Why do you
context
think that
out.
So is that
is?
just
We didn't have-
100% the
you guys
players?
leave context out. Tatum was running with horrible lineups. Brown was running with horrible lineups. Everybody was out with COVID. The Celtics were injured. Robert Williams was injured. Tatum was injured. Brown was injured. We were dealing with injuries at the same time. We had a completely different team. Dennis Schroeder was ball stopping. Josh Richardson was ball stopping. We had a different team. Ennis Cantor was on the team, getting cooked by Joel Embiid late game.
You just
That's
replaced
not
that with Blake
coaching.
Griffin.
Bro, Al Horford's gonna be in the game, not Ennis Cantor.
Okay, hold on. Before I feel like we need to
Yeah.
wrap the regular season
Yeah.
up and get to the playoffs because
Yeah.
everything you're saying and getting all fired up about could very well change once you see what I have
But
happening. in the playoffs.
even still though, the last thing I'm gonna say though to that
No,
point,
even if you have the Celtics higher, there's no way they're finishing the 5 seed unless
If
Tatum
they-
gets injured.
if they
Unless
wear
Tatum
out-
gets injured.
if they wear out Al Horford minutes, having to play that many minutes throughout the regular season, that's gonna come back to bite
Horford
them
will
in the
be
playoffs.
fine.
And then they're gonna-
I agree with that. I agree with that, but we'll be fine. I know.
And I know
Celtics are
you
thinking
disagree,
about
but
that.
in my opinion, they're gonna have to load manage Malcolm Brogdon just a little bit as well.
I don't disagree.
Okay,
Probably
so
go get-
for me, I definitely agree, and I got a post up for this. I think I made a video on it as well. I got Joel Embiid winning the MVP. You know, and I do think he's going to have a big time season. I think the Sixers are going to be phenomenal, but I do have the Sixers at 2, and I have the Bucks at 1, mainly just because I think Giannis and them boys are going to go for it. I don't see any reason for them not to make sure they're well positioned. And yeah, it doesn't really matter. I could see those going either way, but yeah, I got the Bucks. The Bucks are the 1 seed. But now we get to do the playoffs. I say we run through the play-in really quickly. Mason, you start. You give us your whole play-in thing, and then we move on.
So for play-in, I have Pistons at 10, Bulls at 9, Heat at 8, Raptors at 7. I have the Raptors beating the Heat in round 1 of the play-in, and then the Bulls beating the Pistons, and then the Heat beat the Bulls. So that would make the Raptors the 7th seed and the Heat the 8th seed. Effectively, nothing changes.
Okay. Carter, what about you?
Nothing changes for mine either. 7 seed Hawks beat the 8 seed Raptors. 9 seed Bulls beat the 10 seed Knicks, and then Raptors beat the Bulls. So Hawks are 7th, Raptors are 8th still.
Since I have the exact same play-in as Carter, I'm just going to say same thing with me. Exactly the same. And then John, what about you?
I got kind of forgetting how the play-in works.
7 and 8
8.
seed play, and then the 9 and 10 seed play, and the loser 7 and 8.
Okay, so I guess Hawks beat Raptors for 7th seed, Raptors beat Bulls for 8th seed, and Wizards 10th seed. So they lose first game.
Okay, bet.
So nothing.
All right.
We don't have any playing upsets, I don't think.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. It's hard to predict a play-in upset, anyways. But yeah, how do we want to do this? You want to
Should
just run
Mason
through
do
the
his whole
whole
first
first
round?
round?
I feel like I should just do my whole.
Yeah,
How about I just do my whole playoff bracket?
Yeah.
Since we have different, it's not like we have the same playoff bracket.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it.
So in the first round, I have the 1 seed Sixers beating the 8 seed Heat in 5, and then I have the 2 seed the 2 seed Bucks beating the 7 seed Raptors in 6. I have the 3 seed Cavs beating the 6 seed Hawks in 7. I think that would be a phenomenal series, by the way. Lots of fun. And then I have the Celtics beating the Nets in 6.
Okay.
And then, so then going on to the second round, I have the Celtics beating the 76ers in 7, another phenomenal series. I have the Bucks beating the Cavs in 7, another good series. And then I have the Bucks beating the Celtics to go to the finals in 7. And I honestly just think that rank that up too because the series was close last year. And then assuming both teams are completely healthy, Chris Middleton is a difference maker. And it's hard to beat a team like back-to-back years in the playoffs. That's kind of underrated in my opinion. It's really hard to do that.
Yeah, that's very true.
So I have the Bucks making it out of the East with the Eastern Conference Finals being the Bucks and Celtics in a series that will go down in history to remember.
Yeah, I mean, hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie. You gave the Celtics a lot of playoff credit. I was not expecting that.
I still think that the Celtics are the second best team in the East. I just am projecting a rough regular season because of coaching and a couple of other things.
Okay. All right, man. Carter,
Buckets, did you do how many games?
I did not.
Okay.
No games for me.
I would have came up with them on the spot if you guys did. All right. First round, I have the 1 seed Bucks beating the 8 seed Raptors. 2 seed Sixers beat 7 seed Hawks. 3 seed Celtics beat 6 seed Nets. And 4 seed Cavs beat 5 seed Heat. So no upsets first round. Second round, Bucks Cavs. I have the Bucks winning that. And then Sixers Celtics. I have the Celtics taking that upset technically.
Wow.
And then I also have a Bucks Celtics Eastern Conference Finals. And I also have Milwaukee going to the championship.
Okay. All right. John.
First round, I have 1 seed Celtics beating the 8 seed Raptors in 5 games. 2, I have the 2 seed 76ers beating the 7 seed Hawks. They get revenge on Trey in 6. 3, I have Bucks beating the Heat in 6. In 5, at 4, I have the Cavs beating. I have Cavs versus Nets. Ooh.
That's tough.
I think I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give the upset to Brooklyn.
Fair
I
enough.
think they still have Kevin Durant, so I'm
That
gonna
shouldn't
go.
even be an upset. Come on.
I'm gonna go. I'm
Fair
gonna go
enough.
Nets.
It's
I'm gonna go
KD,
Nets
Kyrie.
in 6. I'm gonna go Nets in 6 over Cleveland or 7 over Cleveland. Second round. So who do I have? Nets play Celtics. Nets versus Celtics. I got Celtics in 6. Bucks versus 76ers. I got Bucks in 7. Celtics versus Bucks Eastern Conference Finals. I got Bucks in 7. Sadly, I still think the Bucks. It's just Middleton, Giannis, and Drew. That's just a great trio. Even though I'm low on Middleton and Drew individually, I just think with Giannis, they just do just enough each time. It seems like, and I think because Giannis took us to the brink that far, I think it's obvious. I don't know why some Celtics fans try and trick themselves. Like if Middleton played, we would have won in 6. Like I don't know, bro. I don't know if that would have been the case, but I hope we win. But I do have the Bucks going to the finals this year.
So it looks like in terms of conference finals and finals, I'm going to be the only one with some variety here.
Yeah, looks like it.
You're the only one who doesn't know ball.
He must be sending the Cavs to the finals.
We'll see. We'll
Oh,
see.
it's definitely
You
Philly.
know he's sending his boy Trey there.
It's Philly.
I got the Bucks and the Raptors 1 versus 8. I got the Bucks packing them up. I got Sixers taking on the Hawks, and I got the Sixers. Unfortunately, shout out to Trae Young. I mean, Ben Simmons is no longer there, so it is what it is. Cavs and Miami Heat. I got the Cavs. Celtics and Nets. Now, this was the tough one for me. I could really see a world in which the Nets got their revenge, but because of the defense and whatnot,
on 2K, right?
If you would have,
I'm just saying.
if you would have just picked the Nets over the Celtics, we might have had to rush John to the ER.
I'm
my
thinking
league,
the
right?
Celtics, but again, I could see that going either way. Doesn't matter because they're going to get packed up by the Bucks in the second round. And then Sixers and Cavs, I got the Philadelphia 76ers. So we got Sixers and Bucks in the conference finals. And I really think this is the year for the 76ers to go to the NBA finals. I really like their team. They got a very complete team. And really the only reason why the big reason why the Sixers would not make it to me is it would have to be either Embiid or Harden underperforming, significantly, or Harden just not being able to get back to the player that he once was. I think he will have a bounce back year. I think Embiid will continue his MVP level play in the postseason. They got a really deep team. I've been high on Tyrese Maxey as well. So I think this is the year they break through and make it to the NBA finals. So that's what I got.
John, it's kind of funny how fired up you were about me having Celtics at 5 for us to have the same results in the playoffs.
I still think 5 is blasphemous, bro. I think the lowest that they can finish is 2. Barring Tatum injury.
That's crazy.
But the only way that they finish lower than 2 is Tatum injury, bro.
Dude,
the 1 seed,
the
1 seed and the 6 seed are going to be like
dominate
8 games apart.
Yeah, that's another thing. The 1 and 6 seeds very well. I could seriously have them 7-8.
I feel like there's gonna be a little gap. I think there's gonna be like a 3-4 game cushion. I don't think it's gonna be that close.
Okay.
He's high on the Celtics, man. I respect it.
I'm high on the top of the East. I don't think that like the Hawks, the Raptors, even though I think I have them making the playoffs, I don't think they're gonna win that many games just because of how competitive the East is. So I think those wins are going to be safe for the top of the East.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair enough.
All right, Mason, you got something for us?
All right, I got a little game of trivia going on. So basically, the first one will be everything will be head to head among 2 people. So the first round will be buckets versus John. Since we got some